In a peaceful village lived a young man named Michael who struggled with his emotions. Michael often got angry or frustrated, and his reactions caused trouble for him and those around him. He wanted to change but didn't know how. One day, he heard a story about a wise king that changed his life forever. There was once a great king named Edward who ruled a prosperous kingdom. King Edward was respected for his leadership, but he sometimes struggled with anger. One day, King Edward decided to visit a neighboring kingdom known for its wise ruler, King Henry. When King Edward arrived, King Henry welcomed him warmly. A grand feast was prepared in King Edward's honor, with delicious food and elegant decorations. As the feast began, King Edward noticed something that annoyed him. A small fly had landed in his bowl of soup. Disgusted, he pushed the bowl away and called for his servant to bring a new one. Seeing this, King Henry smiled gently and said, "Your Majesty, please don't be upset. It's just a tiny fly. It's not worth ruining your mood over such a small thing." King Edward frowned and replied, "I cannot tolerate such things. Even a small fly can ruin my mood." King Henry leaned forward, still smiling. "Your Majesty," he said, "it's not the fly that has ruined your mood. It's your reaction to it. You have the power to control your emotions. Don't let them control you." These words struck King Edward deeply. He realized that his anger over the fly was unnecessary. He returned to his kingdom determined to change. He began practicing the art of staying calm, even in situations that would normally upset him. Over time, King Edward became a more thoughtful and composed ruler, making better decisions for his people. Michael couldn't stop thinking about King Henry's advice to King Edward. "You have the power to control your emotions." Michael realized that he had been letting his emotions control him. He decided to change. Michael began by practicing mindfulness. He started paying attention to how he felt and what triggered his anger. When he felt upset, he reminded himself of King Henry's words. Instead of reacting right away, Michael would pause, take a deep breath, and think about the situation calmly. At first, it was hard. Michael still got angry sometimes, but he worked on not reacting impulsively. With each situation, he got better at staying calm. One day, Michael faced a challenge that tested his patience. He was fixing a broken cart when a neighbor accidentally knocked over his tools. Normally, Michael would have yelled in frustration, but this time, he paused. He took a deep breath and said calmly, "It's okay. Let's pick them up together." The neighbor was surprised and grateful. Michael felt proud of himself for not losing his temper. Michael also started practicing meditation. Every morning, he spent a few minutes sitting quietly, focusing on his breathing. This helped him feel more peaceful throughout the day. As Michael worked on controlling his emotions, he noticed big changes in his life. He stopped having arguments with his friends and family. Instead, he talked to them calmly, even when they disagreed. This made his relationship stronger. One day, a friend came to Michael for advice. The friend was upset and needed someone to talk to. Michael listened carefully and gave a kind, thoughtful advice. His friend said, "You always know just what to say. How do you stay so calm?" Michael smiled and replied, "It's not that I never feel upset. I've just learned to control my emotions so they don't control me. It's something anyone can learn with practice." Word spread about Michael's calm and thoughtful nature. People admired how he handled difficult situations with grace. Michael began teaching others what he had learned. He explained the importance of pausing before reacting, thinking carefully, and staying mindful of emotions. Michael often shared the story of King Edward and King Henry. He told people, "We cannot always control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. When we stay calm, we make better decisions and keep our relationship strong." This lesson helped many people in the village. They started practicing mindfulness and thinking before reacting. The village became a happier, more peaceful place because of Michael's influence. Both King Edward and Michael learned the same valuable lesson. The power to control your emotions lies within you. When we react impulsively with anger or frustration, we often make things worse. But when we pause, think, and respond calmly, we can handle challenges better and improve our relationships. Practicing mindfulness, taking deep breaths, and staying calm are powerful tools that can bring happiness and peace into our lives. This story reminds us to be like the calm King and Michael. Instead of letting emotions control us, we should take control and respond with kindness and wisdom. By doing so, we can make our lives and the lives of those around us much better.